Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about something that can feel, well, huge. We're going to demystify one of the biggest concepts in Buddhism and turn it from this lofty, faraway goal into something you can actually grab onto, something you can check for yourself. So let's start with a question that I think a lot of us have. You've probably heard this phrase, right? Becoming a noble one. It sounds so serious, so intense, like something that's only for monks on a remote mountaintop, not for us in our everyday lives. It can feel totally intimidating, maybe even impossible. But what if I told you the very first step was actually designed to be achievable, like right here and right now?
Okay, so let's get familiar with this term, sotapanna. It literally means stream enterer. Think of it like this. You've just stepped into a river that only flows one way, straight towards enlightenment, towards the end of suffering. And here are the two magic words to remember: attainable and verifiable. This isn't some vague, mystical feeling. It's a real, solid milestone you can actually check for yourself.
And this is what's so revolutionary, so empowering about the whole idea. The Buddha didn't say, go find a guru and ask them if you've made it. Nope. He basically handed us a checklist and said, look, you can check for yourself. You don't need anyone else's permission or validation. The power is literally in your hands.
All right, so what's on this checklist? Let's jump right into the main event, the core formula for becoming a sotapanna, coming straight from the source.
You know, it's actually amazingly straightforward. Just two main things. First, you've got this unwavering faith. And we're not talking about blind belief here. It's this deep, solid confidence in the Buddha, his teachings, the Dhamma, and the community, the Sangha. That's part one. Part two, perfect morality. That means you are fully, 100% observing the 5 precepts.
And that's it. Seriously. If you can honestly look inside yourself and see that those two things are solid, the Buddha's instruction is crystal clear. You can recognize yourself as a stream enterer. It's that direct. It's personal knowledge. No need to second guess or wait for someone else to tell you. Okay, but let's be real for a second. The moment I said perfect morality, I bet a lot of you kind of thought, oof, well, that's me out, right? Life is messy. So does that mean the door is just slammed shut? Absolutely not. The Buddha totally understood this and laid out some other ways to get there.
I mean, this is the question for so many of us, isn't it? We try our best. We really do, but sometimes we just slip up. It's human. And the amazing thing is, the teachings totally account for that. There's real wisdom and compassion built right into the system.
So here's the deal. If keeping those 5 precepts perfectly isn't quite there yet, there are other incredible qualities that can, in a way, compensate. And this isn't some lesser path. It's just a different formulation. For instance, you can progress by deeply, personally understanding the core teachings, like the 4 Noble Truths, and really seeing for yourself how things come and go. Or you can get there by cultivating this profound generosity, with a mind that's just completely free from any stinginess.
And here's another super specific, really actionable combo. So you've still got that unwavering faith, check. And your commitment to the first 3 precepts, not killing, stealing, or engaging in sexual misconduct, that's rock solid. You can then add to that a full practice of the 4 aspects of right speech. That means no lying, no divisive speech, no harsh speech, and no idle chatter. That combination, it can also get you there. It's another valid key to the same door.
Now, I have to be really clear about this. These aren't just some loopholes someone made up later to make things easier. This is straight from the source. These are official, alternative pathways that the Buddha himself laid out. It just shows this profound understanding that people are different, that we all have different strengths and weaknesses. Our job is just to listen and see which path really resonates with us. So, when you look at all these options, this whole system of self-verification, it all points to one huge foundational principle in the teachings. And that principle is radical self-reliance. There's a really powerful story that illustrates this perfectly. When the Buddha's chief disciple, Sariputta, passed away, the Buddha's attendant, Ananda, was just completely devastated. He was lost in grief. It was like his whole world had gone dark, like his guide, his refuge, had just vanished. He felt totally adrift. Seeing Ananda's despair, the Buddha gave him this profound and timeless advice. He said, "Be a lamp unto yourself. Be a refuge unto yourself. Do not take any other refuge." He was gently reminding him that his true safe harbor was never another person, no matter how wise. The ultimate source of safety and guidance had to be found within. The distinction here is incredibly clear. The true, reliable refuges, The things you can actually count on are internal: you, your own efforts, and the Dhamma, the teachings themselves. And we are explicitly told not to put our ultimate trust in external things, not other people, and not even supposedly sacred places like mountains or rivers. Those aren't the real refuge.
So this is a beautiful philosophy, but how do we actually do it? How do we turn this idea of self-reliance into something we can actually practice? Let's get practical.
It's the natural next question, isn't it? It's one thing to hear, be a lamp unto yourself, but it's another thing to know how to actually flip that switch on. What's the actual technique?
And the answer, once again, is incredibly direct. The way to rely on yourself in the Dhamma is to cultivate what are known as the 4 foundations of mindfulness. This is the master framework. It's the practice of developing this clear-seeing awareness by paying close attention to your body, your feelings, your mind, and the nature of reality itself. And that grand-sounding practice, it begins with the simplest, most available anchor any of us have, our own breath. The practice of anapanasati, which is really just mindfulness of breathing, is the gateway. Simply by knowing the breath as it comes in and knowing the breath as it goes out, you're beginning the process. You are turning inward for stability. You are taking refuge in your own awareness, right here in this moment.
So, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this question. Just for a second, forget about what you think you lack. Looking at this whole guide, the faith, the precepts, the generosity, the right speech, the simple awareness of your breath, which of these qualities do you already have right now? Even just a little. Because that is your starting point. That is the first flicker of your own lamp.